Sorry for the long break in transmission, listeners. Let's continue with the episode 4 of the $1 trillion plot twist. Some lies are small, the kind people tell to protect feelings. But some lies are built to protect power. They erase names, destroy records, rewrite history. Nudav Dumash grew up believing he was an orphan, a boy with no past, no family, no inheritance. But tonight, he will meet the man who helped make sure that story stayed buried. The word Dumash echoed in Nudav's mind all morning. He tried to ignore it, tried to work like nothing had changed. But every plate he carried, every table he cleaned, felt different now. Because somewhere in the world, powerful people believed that name belonged to him. During a quiet moment in the restaurant kitchen, Nudav pulled the folded paper from his pocket. The crest stared back at him. Elegant, ancient, unmistakably important. Beneath it was the sentence he couldn't forget. If you were reading this, you were never meant to grow up. Nudav's chest tightened. Someone had hidden him. Someone had erased his life before it began. The only place that might hold answers was the one place he had spent the earliest years of his life, the orphanage. The building looked smaller than he remembered. Time had worn it down. Paint peeled from the walls. The playground rusted in silence. Nudav stood outside the gate for a long time. Memories crept back slowly. Children laughing. Caretakers shouting. Nights spent staring at the ceiling, wondering why no one came for him. Finally, he stepped inside. A receptionist looked up. "Can I help you?" Nudav hesitated. "I grew up here," he said. The woman frowned slightly, studying his face. "What's your name?" "Nudav." He paused. "Nudav Dumash." Something changed in her expression. Not shock, recognition, and fear. "You should speak to Mr. Halvern," she said quietly. "He's been here longer than anyone." Mr. Halvern's office smelled like old paper and dust. The man himself looked fragile with age, his hair thin and gray. But his eyes were sharp, too sharp. When Nudav entered, Halvern stared at him as if seeing a ghost. "You look exactly like him," the old man whispered. Nudav's heart skipped. "Like who?" Halvern leaned back slowly. For a moment, it seemed he might refuse to speak. Then he sighed. "Your father?" he said. Silence filled the room. Nudav struggled to keep his voice steady. "You knew my parents?" Halvern nodded faintly. "Everyone did." "Then why was I told they didn't exist?" The old man's hands trembled slightly. "Because someone paid a lot of money to make sure you believed that." Halvern opened a drawer and pulled out a small locked box. The key turned slowly. Inside was an envelope, yellowed with age. "I was told to destroy this years ago," Halvern said. "But something about it didn't feel right." Nudav opened the envelope carefully. Inside were 3 things: a photograph, a document, and a letter. The photograph showed a powerful-looking man and woman standing beside a luxurious car. Between them was a small child. Nudav. The document bore a name. Dumash Holdings, Family Registry. And then the letter. Nudav's hands shook as he read it. The handwriting was hurried. Urgent. "If anything happens to us, protect our son. There are people inside the empire who want control. If they find him, they will erase him." Nudav lowered the letter slowly. His entire life had been built on a lie. Halvern looked at him with sadness. "Your parents didn't abandon you," he said. "They were killed." The words struck like thunder. "Killed by who?" Halvern shook his head. "I don't know." But before Nudav could ask another question, tires screeched outside the building. Halvern's face went pale. "You shouldn't have come here," the old man whispered. Footsteps echoed down the hallway. Heavy, deliberate. Someone was coming. And they were not here to talk. Nudav clutched the letter as the office door handle began to turn. For the first time in his life, the truth about the Dumash family was within reach. But truth has enemies. And in episode 5, Nudav Dumash will learn something terrifying. Someone inside the $1 trillion empire has been hunting him since the day he was born.